Is your carry method screaming, "Look at me," or "I'm invisible"? That's the question at the heart of one of the most enduring debates in the gun-owning community: open carry versus concealed carry. For firearm owners across America, this isn't just a stylistic choice. It's a fundamental decision that touches on personal safety, legal rights, public perception, and even philosophical views on the Second Amendment. Open carry means wearing your firearm visibly, often on your hip or in a shoulder holster, making a bold statement about your readiness to defend yourself. Concealed carry, on the other hand, keeps your weapon hidden from view, tucked away under clothing or in a discreet holster, preserving the element of surprise. Both methods have passionate advocates, and both come with their own sets of advantages and drawbacks. In this discussion, we'll break down the pros and cons in detail, drawing from history, statistics, legal realities, and real-world experiences to help you decide which approach best fits your lifestyle, your environment, and your commitment to responsible gun ownership. Whether you're a seasoned carrier or just starting out, understanding these options empowers you to exercise your rights wisely and safely. Let's start by diving into the history of open and concealed carry in the United States, because context matters. The roots of this debate go back to the founding of our nation. The Second Amendment, ratified in 1791, states, "A well-regulated militia, being necessary to the security of a free state, the right of the people to keep and bear arms shall not be infringed." But what did bear arms mean to the founders? Historical records suggest that open carry was the norm in the early republic. In colonial times, citizens often carried firearms openly for protection against threats like wildlife, Native American conflicts, or British forces. Concealed carry, by contrast, was sometimes viewed with suspicion. As early as the 19th century, several southern states began enacting laws restricting concealed weapons while allowing open carry. For instance, in 1813, Kentucky passed a law banning concealed carry, arguing that it was the method of choice for assassins and duelists who wanted to ambush their victims. This sentiment spread. By the 1830s, states like Alabama, Georgia, and Virginia had similar bans, often justified as a way to prevent secret advantages in fights. The idea was that an honorable man carried openly, while a coward hid his weapon. This dichotomy reflected societal values. Open carry symbolized transparency and deterrence, while concealment implied deceit. The post-Civil War era brought more changes. In the Reconstruction South, some laws aimed to disarm freed slaves, often targeted concealed carry, but open carry remained relatively unrestricted for white citizens. However, as urbanization grew in the late 19th and early 20th centuries, attitudes shifted. Cities like New York passed the Sullivan Act in 1911, which required permits for concealed carry and effectively made it a privilege for the connected elite. Open carry, meanwhile, began facing restrictions in some areas due to public safety concerns. Think Wild West towns banning guns in saloons. By the mid-20th century, concealed carry was heavily regulated in most states, often requiring a good cause demonstration, while open carry varied wildly. The modern concealed carry movement kicked off in the 1970s and 1980s, fueled by rising crime rates and advocacy from groups like the NRA. Florida led the way in 1987 with a shall-issue law, meaning authorities had to grant permits to qualified applicants without discretionary denial. This sparked a wave. By 2000, over 30 states had shall-issue concealed carry laws. Open carry, paradoxically, became more controversial in some places, with activists in the 2010s staging open carry walks to normalize it, like the Starbucks incidents in 2013. Today, the Bruin decision from the Supreme Court in 2022 has further expanded carry rights, striking down may-issue regimes and affirming that the Second Amendment protects public carry. This historical evolution shows how cultural, legal, and practical factors have shaped the debate, turning what was once a regional preference into a national conversation. Now, fast forward to 2025. What's the legal landscape for open and concealed carry across the states? It's a patchwork reflecting America's federalist system, where states hold significant power over gun laws. As of this year, concealed carry is legal in all 50 states, but the requirements vary dramatically. 29 states now allow permitless concealed carry, also called constitutional carry for adults who can legally possess firearms. This includes places like Alabama, Alaska, Arizona, Arkansas, and even recent additions like Florida and Nebraska. In these states, you don't need a permit, training, or background check beyond the federal NICS for purchase. Just be 18 or 21 and not prohibited. Vermont has never required a permit, setting the precedent. On the other end, states like California, New York, and Massachusetts maintain strict may issue or post-Bruin shall issue with hurdles systems, where applicants must complete extensive training, pay high fees, and sometimes still face discretionary approval. Open carry is more restricted overall. 46 states allow it in some form, but only 36 are fully permissive without permits for handguns. States like Texas, Virginia, and Utah permit open carry without licenses, while California, Florida, Illinois, and New York ban it outright for handguns. 7 states require permits for open carry, and Washington, D.C. prohibits it. Long guns often have looser rules. Many states allow open carry of rifles without permits, even where handguns are restricted. Federal law adds layers. You can't carry in post offices, federal buildings, or schools under the Gun-Free School Zones Act. Reciprocity is key for travelers. Tools like the USCCA map help check which states honor your permit. Recent changes? In 2025, bills like the Constitutional Concealed Carry Reciprocity Act are pending in Congress, aiming for national reciprocity, but it's stalled. Always check local ordinances. Cities like Denver ban open carry despite state preemption lapses. This variability means your choice between open and concealed isn't just personal, it's dictated by where you live or travel. With that foundation, let's tackle the pros and cons of open carry. First, the advantages. One of the biggest is deterrence. A visible firearm can discourage potential attackers before a situation escalates. Criminals often seek easy targets, and seeing a holstered gun might make them think twice. Studies support this. A 1997 paper by John Lott and David Mustard found that right-to-carry laws reduced violent crime by deterring criminals. In open carry states, anecdotes abound of would-be robbers fleeing stores upon spotting armed patrons. Accessibility is another pro. Drawing from an open holster is faster, potentially shaving seconds in a life-or-death scenario. No fumbling under shirts or jackets. It's right there. Comfort plays a role too. Open carry holsters are often more straightforward, reducing printing and allowing for larger firearms without discomfort. Legally, in permissive states, no permit means less bureaucracy. It also normalizes gun ownership, educating the public and exercising Second Amendment rights openly, which can build community support. For rural folks or hikers, open carry deters wildlife and signals preparedness. Politically, it's a statement against gun control, showing that armed citizens are law-abiding. But open carry has notable cons. Public perception is a big one. Many people, especially in urban areas, feel uneasy seeing guns, leading to stares, confrontations, or even SWAT calls from man with a gun reports. This attention tax can make everyday errands stressful. Tactically, it loses the surprise element. Attackers might target you first to disarm you or avoid you altogether. But in a group attack, you're the obvious threat. Retention is crucial. Use level 2 or 3 holsters to prevent grabs, but that's extra gear. In cold weather, open carry means bulky outerwear accommodations. Socially, businesses might ban open carriers, limiting access, and it can alienate non-gun owners, hurting broader Second Amendment advocacy. Statistically, while deterrence works in theory, some studies show no significant crime drop from open carry alone, and it might even increase tensions in crowded places. For families, it might scare kids or draw unwanted questions. Ultimately, open carry suits confident, rural, or activist types, but can complicate urban life. Shifting to concealed carry, the pros shine in discretion and surprise. The element of surprise is tactical gold. An attacker won't know you're armed until it's too late, giving you the upper hand. This hidden advantage aligns with self-defense principles, as criminals can't preemptively target you. Comfort and versatility are key. Concealed holsters like IWB or Appendix carry allow normal clothing, blending into crowds without drawing eyes. In professional settings, it's essential no boss wants visible guns in the office. Legally, more states prioritize concealed carry with permits, offering reciprocity for travel. It promotes responsibility. Permits often require training, fingerprints, and checks, ensuring carriers are vetted. Publicly, it avoids panic. You can shop or dine without alarming others. For women or smaller-framed individuals, concealment equalizes against larger threats without broadcasting vulnerability. Statistics back it. Concealed carry states saw crime drops in the 1990s, with permit holders committing crimes at lower rates than police. It's adaptable switch to open if needed in permissive areas. Concealed carry isn't without drawbacks. Draw speed can suffer. Sweeping clothing adds time, potentially critical in ambushes. Comfort issues arise. Holsters might dig in, and hot weather means lighter clothes that risk printing. Larger guns are harder to hide, pushing carriers toward compacts. Legally, permits cost money and time, and not all states are permitless. No deterrence criminals might attack assuming you're unarmed. Maintenance is key. Concealed guns need regular checks to avoid lint or sweat damage. Socially, some argue it hides rights, weakening normalization efforts. In restrictive states, denials or revocations happen. Tactically, if discovered, it could escalate situations. Overall, concealed suits urban, low-profile lifestyles, but demands discipline. Beyond pros and cons, practical considerations matter. Comfort varies. Open carry favors. OWB holsters for all-day wear, but concealed offers options like ankle or pocket for variety. Accessibility. Open wins for quick draws, but trained concealed carriers can match with practice. Public perception. Open can educate, but often intimidates. Concealed maintains peace. Environment plays a role. Rural open carry feels natural. Urban concealed avoids hassle. Gear. Invest in quality holsters and belts. Training. Both require range time, but concealed emphasizes draw drills. Safety tips are crucial for both. Always follow the 4 rules. Treat every gun as loaded. Never point at unintended targets. Finger off trigger until ready. Know your target and beyond. For open carry, use retention holsters. Stay aware of surroundings to prevent grabs and de-escalate verbal encounters. For concealed, practice safe reholstering to avoid negligent discharges. Maintain your gun regularly and avoid printing in no-gun zones. Both. Get training, know laws, and carry insurance. Personal stories highlight realities. One open carrier in Texas deterred a road rage incident by visibility alone, but another in California faced police calls. A concealed carrier in Florida surprised a mugger, saving himself. Experiences vary. Open for backcountry, concealed for cities. Statistics. Open carry deterrence claims are mixed. Some studies show reduced assaults, others no effect. Concealed's surprise correlates with lower victimization rates in permit holders. Permitless carry states saw mixed crime trends post-adoption. In conclusion, the choice boils down to you. Weigh your needs, laws, and comfort. Both honor the Second Amendment, carry responsibly.